Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chris. Today, I'm once again not really sure what to talk about. I've actually been thinking that maybe doing these once a day is a little too much. I mean, it felt like too much to begin with, right? Way too many episodes, no one's actually going to watch them, all of those kinds of things. I do end up spending quite a bit of time. I think I calculated like over a month of full-time work in a year. But that's a whole other matter. It's interesting, though, to think just how much time I end up spending on something like this. But the point I was trying to make was that it might be a little over the top to do these every single day, especially given the fact that my life isn't actually that interesting. But then again, I'm the kind of person that needs the habit. And without the habit, this isn't going to work. So it's either every day or not at all. Because I'd end up not making them, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, I can skip this one, I'll just do it tomorrow. And those are the magic words, right? I'll do it tomorrow. It's never gonna happen. Tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is a vague concept of the future that will always be a part of the future. Because tomorrow won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow it'll be today. And I'm not sure I'm making a whole lot of sense. You're gonna have to forgive me. I, once again, didn't get enough sleep. It's so stupid, right? Because I know that I should sleep. I know that I should sheep. Yes, that's brilliant. And if anyone out there is listening to this at night and you gotta get up early or something, go to sleep. Please, lean back, close your eyes, let's sleep. Because it's just not worth it, and you know it just as well as I do. And, you know, I wish I was better. I wish I were better, grammatically correct, at controlling these kinds of things. I wish I were better at just saying, okay, it is 9 p.m., I'm going to sleep. Good night. Though that would actually be more like 8:30 p.m. I'd have to go to sleep so that I'd be asleep by 9 so that I could get my 8 hours of sleep. In the end, I feel like that's what we should be doing. And there's no pride, there's nothing cool about not sleeping. Honestly, I admire and envy people not who are able to sleep 4 hours and then function not like normal. No, because I can do that. I envy those people who actually have a routine. Wake up at the same time, go to sleep at the same time, always get at least 8 hours of sleep. Now, those are people who I've envy in. I really do look up to them. And I hope to be like that one day. I'm trying, I really am. Which is why I wake up at 5 every day. It's because that gives me a lot of time in the morning to do the things that I want to do. And then again, it doesn't really give me that much time. I used to be the kind of person who would wake up like half an hour before I had to run out the door. Not even sometimes. I remember one time I would wake up at 6:30 and I'd have to go at 6:50. So I actually only had 20 minutes to get up, brush my teeth, get breakfast. And do you think I ate breakfast? No, I didn't. Because obviously I didn't have time for that. And they do say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I feel like that's true, because it gives you that energy to get through the day. You've just slept, and hopefully you've slept for 8 hours. And you probably didn't eat right before. I think you're not supposed to eat anything like 4 hours before sleeping or something. So that's 12 hours since your last meal. Imagine waking up, you eat food. And let's say you eat that food at 6 a.m. Then you have to wait all the way until 6 p.m. That means no lunch, no snack, no nothing. That's the day equivalent of what you do at night. And I think that's why breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Because you haven't had any energy in your body for so long. And you really need to add it. You need to give it some kind of fuel. I've gotten better at waking up. Wake up at 5. I get breakfast. I do this. I have a routine, for the most part at least. Now, my issue is going to sleep. because it seems like no matter what I do, I'm never tired in the evening. I'm always tired in the morning, always, permanently. But I'm not tired, or rather, I'm not sleepy at night. And I don't really know how to fight that. I honestly just want to be asleep by 9. Do you remember when we were kids and we'd want to stay up late? We'd complain about having an early bedtime. Hell, we'd complain about having food made and presented to us. Everything was just something to complain about. And then you grow older and you kind of start to realize that, maybe parents got it figured out. Maybe when they tell you to go to bed at a reasonable time so you won't get impossible in the morning, they were right. That is actually what happens. I feel impossible this morning. I can't be easy to deal with when I'm like this, because I can barely deal with myself. My eyes are trying to close themselves, and I'm sitting here trying to drink my coffee, and it's like, please keep me awake. I need some energy for the day, but that's not how it should be. I shouldn't be getting my energy from coffee or, no. I need to get it from my sleep. I need to sleep. And there's no shame in going to bed early. I feel like that's become a whole thing. I don't generally tell people I go to sleep at 9 because people always judge you. Well, I try to go to sleep at 9. People judge you. It's like, oh, why do you go to sleep so early? What are you, a child? No, I'm trying to be a responsible adult. I'm trying to do what's right for me and my body. It's not my fault that you're chronically abusing yourself. I try not to do that. It's a lot of steps, though. It's a 1,000,000-step process. Taking good care of yourself and improving yourself and all of those things, it takes time, it takes energy, and it takes effort. Who would have thought that it took effort to relax? Seems almost paradoxical. But yeah, if you have the opportunity, go to sleep early. And try not to sleep in. Because I'm not a sleep scientist. We all know that. I'm just a guy on the internet ranting about stuff. But I seem to recall that I once read somewhere, and whether or not it's true, I do not know. But it feels like it might be true. And, oh my god, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was going to say something there about sleep, and then I actually lost my train of thought while trying to explain that it might not be true. I don't remember what I was going to say. I guess I tend to say that that's my ADHD coming into play. Just being like, oh, the next thing is interesting. Something about sleep, something about needing sleep, something about getting grumpy in the morning. I don't know. I'll let you know a little later if I do remember. I gotta admit, I'm a little thrown off by forgetting, though. Me forgetting what I was going to say makes me feel a little vulnerable in its own way. Prone to being made fun of or looked down on. But again, we're back to the whole thing about I don't have any listeners right now. I don't know if I'll ever have any listeners. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers the other day. I say that as if it's a huge thing. It's just a guy whose videos I like to watch every now and then because they're about an interesting subject to me. Anyway, I was watching one of his videos that was kind of meta, and he talked about how you gotta play the game. Well, sure, you might feel that way. I don't feel that way. If I was playing the game, I would edit together video for this and I would keep them shorter. I'd also plan them out. Probably discuss subjects like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trials that were hot topics. I mean, I'd do a lot of things differently if I was playing to the algorithm. And that's a little sad, because he was actually one of the people who inspired me to do this, because he originally said that he was doing the channel for himself. Well, if you were doing it for yourself, then why are you now telling us that you've been playing the algorithm, that you've been throwing curveballs at people? And yeah, kind of makes it feel like he never did it for himself. I'm doing this for myself, definitely, as you can see by the quality. There is no doubt that this is for myself. I spend way too little time on it. I seriously just had an episode. It seriously just happened to me that I forgot what I was going to say and just kind of moved past it. Though I haven't moved on, but I moved past it. Started talking about something else and talking about the fact that I forgot what I was going to talk about. So if I was trying to play the algorithm or something, I would have cut that out. But I'm not. I'm just here for me. So why am I putting it online? Well, I've talked about this numerous times. It always gets a bit meta. So watch some of the other episodes if you're really curious. I can't point you to which ones I talk about it, so you're just gonna have to either skip through them, or why don't you play my playlist? I literally have a playlist with this. Every single episode is on there. But yeah, it's because I want accountability, and also I'm hoping that I can fill the silence in somebody's life. And one day I might have a subscriber. Really looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun. I have that one loyal subscriber who watches my videos. That might be you. So, I mean, remember to subscribe. I'm sorry. It all feels very silly. And so just sitting here right now, because my brain turned off halfway through this episode. And one could argue that I should cut the episode short because of that. But if I do that, I'm going to start making shorter and shorter episodes. And again, we're back to the whole thing. This isn't about you. It's not about the algorithm. It's about me. It's about me doing this. And if I start cutting back on length, then I'm going to be doing that permanently. And my episodes will be shorter. Or they'll be more varied in length. That's also going to be problematic for me. I need stability, I need routine, and right now I know what I can count on. These episodes, they last within a range of a few minutes. They are the same length. That also makes it easier for me to approximate how long it would take to watch all of my content, which is honestly quite a while. I must have, 10 hours worth of content at this point. That's way too much for just some guy talking into a microphone for 15 minutes a day. But maybe one day someone will enjoy it. And if nothing else, just taking up empty space. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be playing the algorithm anytime soon. And if I ever do start playing the algorithm, I'm the kind of guy that would tell you about it. I'd be completely honest and just mention it in my episodes that I did this or that in order to try to play the algorithm and figure things out. So, it's all essentially pointless. This whole thing is essentially pointless. I just wanted to do it, so I started doing it. As a bit of a motivational thing, maybe you should try that. Sometimes things don't need to make sense. People often want a solid reason for doing something, otherwise it's not worth their time. This is technically not worth my time, but I still enjoy doing it. still something I've done every day, and it's something that I've been thinking about, like, oh no, how am I gonna do it when I go on vacation and such? Well, I'm just gonna have to figure that one out. I might have to take some days off, or I might have to do this like with my regular headset or something like that. Do the thing. Even if it doesn't make sense, just do the thing. And I promise you, you can have fun with it. You don't need to always work in order to become a millionaire. That's not why you create a YouTube channel. Okay, you don't create a YouTube channel to get rich. You create a YouTube channel because you feel like it, and then you might become rich. And honestly, to those people, it's a job. To me, it's a hobby. So, yeah. Anyway, it's time for me to go. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, I guess. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.